Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get this sent out to everybody, and then we are ready to rock, ladies and gentlemen. Live. Boom. And then let's tweet this bad boy, and we are ready to rock. Hold on, everybody. 1 second. All right. Tweet. View. Send. Awesome. Good morning. Who we got in here? Let's see. Eric, Morrison, Caswell, Hassan, Joseph, Ronald, David, Noel, SoFly, Ed, Trader, 81KG, Don, Robinson, KUNAL, 915, Yasmin, I think it's how you say it, Danielle, Perkins, Tyler, Kyle, good morning. Channel members, as always, greatly appreciate you guys. So, yesterday ended up taking one trade. Unfortunately, I had to leave, and then after I left, that's when QQQ started ripping. So I really liked QQQ to the upside yesterday, but when it started to break, I wasn't really seeing the strength in the buyers, so I didn't end up taking it. But what I was watching yesterday was QQQ. If it got above these highs right here, as it started to push above, I wasn't really seeing strength on the bids. So was going to look for possible retest and see if they could end up holding this high point right here. As you can see, when it started to pull back and try to retest, it wasn't able to hold above it. So there was no QQQ trade from me. Now, the trade that I did end up taking yesterday was actually on AMD, and the contracts were very expensive. I actually ended up getting filled at 5.6, which is very expensive on AMD. But these things went from 5.6 all the way up to 6.10 yesterday. So it was a very beautiful move to the upside, and then got stopped out on the remainder right under break even. So that was the only trade that I ended up taking yesterday. And the reason behind it was this little symmetrical triangle that we had going on right here. So caught that for a nice little scalp, and that was it yesterday. So AMD to the upside, had a nice 5-minute squeeze, was holding structure, was able to break above, show the strength, and then it pushed all the way up to a high of 130.5. So that literally wraps up yesterday. But today we have CPI, and then tomorrow FOMC, and then the following day we got PPI. So let's see what levels that we can find, and let's see if CPI ends up invalidating it or not validating it. So we'll see. But let's start by heading on over to the futures, find some setups, wait for the CPI. Once CPI drops, then we can determine what we're going to watch for the day. So let's start off by looking at ES. So we were able to clear 4,400 in the overnight session. My main reject on ES, this was actually not a gap, so we can ignore that. My main reject is going to be up at 4425.5 if we can get up there. So 40 points, I mean, that could happen based off CPI, depending on how good it is. Or we push up off of CPI, we continue to grind throughout the day. I like that 4425. So that's the main area that I'm going to watch for a reject. And then as far as bounces, I mean, we're going to have to wait. But if this were to be the high point right here, I'm interested in taking this low to this high and this low to this high, wherever the high ends up being. So that's what I'm going to watch on ES for the time being. Let's take a look at SPY. 432 was the key area. I don't know if we broke and retested it. No, so we just broke and then pushed. So, I mean, I would be interested in a retest of 432. 435 is the key area. We're just going to move this up to 435.25 for the time being. And then let's see, main reject on SPY isn't until 441. So it's got room if it wants to push. but would be more interested in the retest of this 432. And then again, we can start finding some fibs depending on, hold on, what are we trading at right now? 34.25. Might also be able to get a tiny little gap fill. But yeah, retest of 432, I'd be interested. Bounce. Boom. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for SPY. What's up? Good morning. And if you guys could, make sure to smash that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. We got 180 people in here and only 37 likes. You guys know the drill. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button if you want this watch list today. Remember, we got a goal. 200 likes. That's the goal. But that's it for SPY for the time being until we get FOM, or not FOMC, CPI. Let's see. Take this pivot high, pivot low. I want to see where the fib extensions are. NQ just blasted through the 70.7, didn't even care about it. Broke above the 127, 161's all the way up there. We cracked 15,000. That was my key area, but question is, did we retest it? Yes, we did. So, well, this isn't valid anymore. We're above 15,000. We broke the highs yesterday. I mean, we could take pivot low, pivot high for a fib, but again, it's going to depend on CPI. But for the time being, I mean, I don't see any just basic resistance until 15,244. Actually, no, we do have one spot over here that we can watch right there, around that area, 15,145. But other than that, I mean, I'm not seeing much on NQ. Ideally, would like to see a pullback. I mean, this thing is just ripping. But head on over to QQQ. What's up? I missed you guys yesterday. I was at the beach with the fam. Nice and relaxing. 370 on QQQ. We're at 360.5. Reject is up at 363.50. So only one that I like. Did we hit it in the pre-market? No, we got very close to it in the pre-market. So, yeah, I mean, we could take pivot low, pivot high, and look for a bounce. Again, it's really going to depend on CPI. After 363.50, we could test 365. I don't really have resistance on the way up. And then after 365, 370, and literally, I mean, I honestly don't have much resistance. That's all the way up at 375. So, but if I'm going to watch one area, it's going to be 360, 350 for a reject. Other than that, I'm trading with the trend, which is probably the smartest thing to do. So, all depends on CPI. But that's everything for ES, SPY, NQ, and QQQ. Let's take a look at, actually, I want to take a look at IWM. Has not been able to hold that 61.8, but it is bull flagging. What's our breakout point? 186.50. Oh yeah, let's watch this. IWM is definitely going on the list today. I don't really trade this thing, but that's a very nice daily bull flag if we can get the continuation. So we're going to watch IWM. I want to take a look at the diamonds as well. All right, not seeing anything there. All right, let's take a look at some individuals. Apple tanked in the overnight session. I don't know why. Not seeing anything on Apple that I like. AMD, good morning. Yes, IWM is the Russell. AMD 32.25. I mean, if the market got strength and it broke above It's 132 or 133. I'd be interested. So we'll mark that for the time being. Once CPI rolls around, that's when we'll do process of elimination. Amazon trading up at 128. Actually rejected that 70.7 to a T. No good rejects after that. Not really interested in Amazon today. We're going to skip over that. Boeing had a nice push yesterday. Broke that bull flag that we discussed in the top stocks to watch for the week. So personally, I mean, I'm still interested in Boeing. The daily. Could be fun to trade this to the upside. So we're going to put it on the watch list for the time being. Could just be forming another bull flag. Right there. So we're going to watch Boeing. EA. BABA doesn't look too bad. Broke above that resistance. Clear 1 or 87, 88. Could see a continuation. Let's look at the option chain. BABA doesn't look bad. Again, we're going to do a lot of process of elimination. I am liking some a decent amount of setups today. Again, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. 200 people in here, 90 likes. Remember, if you guys want that watch list, we got to run it up to 200 likes. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed. I do go live every single morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time and give you guys a completely free watch list for the day. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed or you are missing out. Good morning. You guys can watch Costco if you want. I'm personally not going to watch it. Perfect for BABA. I mean, Google 125.15 reject doesn't look too bad if it got up there. Meta. Not too interested in Meta, actually. Yeah, nothing on Meta. Let's skip over that one. Yes, sir. Let's get this bag. Like Microsoft for a bounce down at these areas if it actually pulled back. So put Microsoft just for CPI. If it pulls back, we can watch that. Netflix literally just ripping. You have a reject up at 431.85. If you guys want to mark that and watch that, that's up to you. Let's see, NVDA. Again, if CPI were to be strong, I'd be interested above these highs, depending on how expensive the contracts were. Yesterday, they were like $800 a contract. So, what to do? Depending on the price, maybe NVIDIA. But there's other setups that I like over NVIDIA. PayPal, don't care about. We looked at QQQ. Shopify had some strength yesterday, broke above. Actually, it's trading at the highs. So I'd like to see Shopify clear this. It's got a nice daily squeeze. Possible continuation after that. Let's see. Snow. Honestly, not interested until we get a pullback. And then Tesla. Kind of just chilling. So, I mean, it kind of, yeah, not kind of. We're going to have to wait on CPI to validate or invalidate a lot of these setups. But for the time being, I have ES, SPY, NQ, QQQ done. And then as far as individuals, I really like IWM. I think that's my #1 setup today if we get strength. AMD, Boeing, BABA, Microsoft, and Tesla. So we're going to do process of elimination here in a little bit once we get that CPI data. and then we are going to determine our favorite setups for the day, and then we're going to go from there. But we have 12 minutes until CPI, so we got some time. Any questions you guys got? I can answer some questions here for a little bit. How did everybody do yesterday? Did you guys take trades? No trades? We have to wait until we find a high point to draw the fibs. Hold on. Is Bookmap working for me? Let's see. Let's pull up Bookmap. No, I would not trade before the data. Let's see. Is Bookmap working? Yeah, it's probably just because they started rolling the options. What is the what's the next option that we flip to? Is it ESU? Hold on. Let me figure this out. Did they start flipping to different contracts? Might have to ask Savage. I think it is ESU. All right. So if you're using Bookmap right now, you probably have ESM. You have to switch it to ESU. Same thing with NQ. So you just type in ESU. ESU 23 September 2023. Perfect. Subscribe. And then we get rid of this one. Unsubscribe. Bingo. So this is the contracts that they are using now. Again, you have to change it on Bookmap. Actually, you probably keep the other one for the time being, but you're going to notice throughout the week that they start slowly shifting to ESU. We're going to have to put ESN back. ESN 23. So it's going to be personal preference for this week, but by next week, you're going to be using this one. Looks like there is right now slightly more liquidity on this one. It's just you can see that it's very choppy in the orders. So, you know, just personal preference, which one you want to use. And then for NQ, we need NQU. Boom, boom. So that's probably why you were having some issues. There we go. Awesome. And again, for everybody who is tuning in, make sure you guys are subscribed. I do go live every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, give you guys a completely free watch list for the day. And since we have 300 people in here and 134 likes, make sure you guys are smashing that like button if you want this watch list. We got CPI dropping here in 7 minutes. So once CPI drops, that's when we can validate our levels, and then we can go from there. Best time to trade futures. I mean, you can trade during the London session if you're working a 9 to 5. Also depends on your time zone, but probably London session would be where you can find the most liquidity if you're in the Eastern time zone. Yes, indeed. And all you got to do is catch a few points. Literally 3-4 point moves on the futures on ES. If you're just doing normal ES, you can make yourself a hefty amount if you know how to do it properly. Just tuned in for the first time. Welcome. Yeah, right now what we're doing, we're kind of just waiting for CPI, and then we can rock and roll. Pull up the futures right here. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Is there any demand that we could use? That is the real question. Whoops. with the 2-hour time frame. Yeah, so we got some demand right here that we could watch. Demand there. I mean, I'd be personally more interested down here for demand. Again, we'll wait for CPI. I would prefer a fib, but we'll see. We shall see. But again, IWM, I think, is my favorite setup for the day. Loving that daily bull flag. If it can break above, I'm looking for the continuation. Boom. Always. Every single morning. Been doing this for like 2 years now. Maybe like 2.5. We got 6 minutes. Of course, of course. Feel free to ask questions while we're just chilling. Hey, I tweeted something the other day, and I've been talking about this a lot recently. This guy that I do jiu-jitsu with, I talk about my trading all the time with him. He always asks, do you have more money than you have last week? If your answer is yes, you're doing good. So you might have taken a loss yesterday, but as long as your account is slowly growing, right? It's never going to be just like this, straight up. It's going to look something like this, right? Or if you're not using risk management, it's going to look like that. You want your account to look like this. So over the long term, it's going to continue to grow. I didn't even know that the Nuggets won last night. Won the championship, huh? What's hold on, let me pull up what they're predicting for CPI. CPI year over year 4%. And then core is going to be 5.3 is what they're estimating. Let's take a look. What was the other one I was going to look at? Not corn, wheat. I'd say probably about, I'm going to guess that it's right under the previous. Right under the previous is what I'm going to guess. Or right at it. Just looking at those 3 charts. And then, because we have CPI, or not CPI, FOMC tomorrow, while we're sitting here waiting, we can look at the Fed rate hike futures. And see what they are pricing in. They are pricing in no rate hikes. So only 20% are pricing in a single rate hike for tomorrow. But 80%, 79.2, are estimating or pricing in that we are not going to get a rate hike at all. So that is what I'm seeing. Maybe they end up shifting it today. We'll see. But we got the CPI dropping here in 2.5 minutes. MarketWatch.com. Would like to see a retest of 43.27 as well, maybe in the future. Futures class in the mastermind. I don't know. I don't even know who's teaching it. Good morning. How's the new house? I love it. Love it, love it. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, real quick, before the CPI drops, type in the chat, what do you think? Pump or dump off of CPI? What you thinking? Pump or dump? One minute. Slowly waiting. Slowly but surely. Pump that massive dump. All right, we got 30 seconds. I have 4 different monitors. You don't need 4 though. I mean, I mainly just look at 1. Actually, no, I would say I mainly look at 2. Alrighty. 10 seconds. Yeah, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Boom. Let's see, Twitter. Waiting for the numbers. Haven't got them yet. Pamp. Let's see. Wow. Okay, here's the numbers. So we got CPI month over month 0.1%, expectation 0.1, last was 0.4, so right on expectation, way below the last. CPI core 0.4% month over month, expectation 0.4, last 0.4, right on the money. CPI 4% year over year, expectation 4.1, last 4.9, so way down from the last, right under expectations. CPI core 5.3, expectation 5.2, last 5.5. So right above expectations, below the previous, under, right on the money, and under. So CPI is what the normal CPI is way under the previous. Give the market a couple minutes here to digest the information, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Why is Jay-Z trending? Okay. Anyways. Awesome. Let's do this. Give the market 2 minutes to digest the information, and then we get rocking and rolling. And we got 400 people in here now. So make sure you guys are smashing that like button. I say we get 250 likes today. How about that? That's the new goal, 250. In the meantime, while ES is doing its thing, let's run through the individuals that we were liking in the pre-market, see which ones are setting up. And let's get rocking and rolling. So start at the top. AMD, again, interested if it can get up towards this 133 for a possible continuation. So we're going to keep that on watch. IWM, looks like it's trying to break that bull flag. Again, probably my top watch for the day. Whoops. Boom. I mean, I don't even know if there's any rejects on this thing. All the way up at that 190. Nowhere near any of that. I think IWM is the one, ladies and gentlemen. The only area that we have to be slightly careful about is going to be this 187, 187.11. But if we can clear that, we have room back up to these highs over here. Potentially up to here as well. Cool. Awesome. Get back to ES, see what's going on over there. Yeah, so we have to wait to get a bounce. Because again, I don't know if that's the top. But I'll watch it. Maybe we can get a reject up there. It's definitely a possibility. So let's get IWM out to everybody. Actually, no. We're going to wait on IWM. We're going to wait and see because it's going to follow the market. So let's go back to the individuals for the time being. Wait for IWM. Wait for ES. Wait for SPY. Take a look at the individuals. See if there's any other better setups. So AMD, it's a contender. Boeing. Only if it was able to get back up above these highs right here would I be interested. So maybe wait a little closer to market open. We'll see about that one. Boeing, BABA. Again, I did really like BABA. $87.90 is what I would watch. $87.90. Microsoft. Again, prefer a bounce on Microsoft. And then Tesla, which is pushing without us, of course. But I mean, I do like this Tesla. Breaking that flag. Strong on the 30. Yeah, let's we're gonna have Tesla. Microsoft, I'll go to that if the market pulls. Boeing, we'll see about that one. IWM is still number one though. I'd say with AMD, I'm a little more interested in a break and retest of 132.98. Hold on 1 second. See if we have any other resistance areas. Look for the break of 133 in retest. Other than that, I mean, there's not. We have this area right here at 141. Like 135 as well. So yeah, I'd prefer the break and reclaim of 133 and then push into 135. And then if I'm going to watch a bounce on AMD, cool. AMD on the list it goes. AMD. Looking for a break and reclaim of 133 for a continuation to the upside. Again, make sure you guys smash that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Of course, I'm trading today. Looking for a break and reclaim of 133 for a continuation to the upside. Bounces at 129.69. And 128.91. Boom. And then real quick, before we continue doing this watch list, in case you guys did not know, I do have a 450-page book on Amazon titled The New Age of Technical Analysis. So if you guys are looking to learn more about my day trading and swing trading strategy, how to find bounces, rejects, support and resistance, price targets, all the indicators I use, specific day trading and swing trading setups I like to look for, and so much more, make sure to check out my book, The New Age of Technical Analysis, on Amazon. Again, 450 pages. Book number 2 is coming out very, very soon. I'm very excited for you guys to read that one as well. That one's going to be game changer. I promise that. It's coming soon, though. Probably in the next couple months, which is crazy because 1 year ago, I dropped this book, The New Age of Technical Analysis. Like last week was 1 year to the day. And then Amazon, I think in the next month or two is when I dropped it on there. So. But let's take a look at ES. Yeah, market, so I mean it's kind of undecided. What's going to be big is if we actually hold that strength above 4,400. So that's going to be the area. But we have our CPI high right there. This always happens with CPI and PPI and all that good news stuff. Whenever we have a large move, if you just take the fib of the low to the high or the high to the low, we typically react right off of that area. This has happened like every single CPI or PPI that we've had, even FOMC, or not FOMC, GDP. So, just some areas that we can watch for the time being. But we have AMD. Let's get SPY rolling. 432 would be the main area I'm going to watch. I don't even know what I was drawing over here. Oh my God, what was I doing? Yeah, we ain't doing all that. If I'm going to look for a bounce, I don't think we actually bounced the 50 there. I don't know what we did on CPI. If we went up first and then came down, I don't know. Can't remember. But if I'm going to watch a bounce, I mean, we have a few different areas. I'd prefer 432.35 down to 432. Up to 70.7. But that's like the only fib that I'm seeing right now. Only fib that's valid. That low to high. Let's see about this low to high. A little bit of confluence at that area, so I do like that. We got 0.5, 0.618, boom. Then those are okay. So yeah, I guess those are gonna be my bounces today. If we fail that, then we'll likely go lower. 436 was my key area, and I mean after 436, I don't see much to the upside. Went down first and went up, okay. So never mind. But these are going to be my bounces today. Only if that ends up being the high. If we break it, then obviously we're going to have to redraw it. Keep those on ES. All right, let's get SPY typed up, and then we'll do QQQ, and we'll find one more individual name. Probably going to be IWM. IWM, I stuttered there for a second. Wait. Q. SPY. Actually. Question is, are we going to break that? These fibs are only valid if that is the high. So SPY bounces at 432.35 to 432. If 435.87 remains to be the high above 40 or 436, I don't see much resistance. Okay. There's SPY. QQQ saying adios. 360, 350. I mean, that was the area I wanted to watch, but looks like if we can clear that, more room up. Not, honestly, with QQQ, not really seeing any good bounces. Maybe 350, 750. That's a hard pullback, though. Like, we would really have to start pulling for that. We have yesterday's low to potentially the high right there. So we're going to have to wait on QQQ before we drop that. And then, let's see, we put out AMD. Going to continue to watch that. BABA. Ripping without us, so we're going to have to skip over BABA. Would have preferred if it waited. Tesla. Gonna keep that on the side. I think IWM is gonna be the one we start rocking with today. Cool. Cool. IWM. IWM. If the market remains strong, I will be watching this closely. Daily bull flag breakout. Ideally looking for a continuation over the flag. Boom, there's IWM. And then, I mean, I think we're gonna have to wait to get one more setup. So we have QQQ, which actually is gonna go over here today. QQQ. Again, 360, 350 is the key area. If we can hold above there, then we have room. And Q. Boom. Yes. NVDA, Ripper. Put AMD. Boom. AMD. IWM. Cool. That pretty much wraps it up for the day. Yeah, it's just a loss. So, before I drop the watch list in the chat, in case you guys do want to trade live with me and a bunch of other amazing traders and join an amazing trading community, tons of free education. I like to do daily webinars on my trades. GD likes to do educational webinars as well. I do those also. Just overall tons of education inside of Team Bull. Also, we trade live in there every single morning from around like 9:15 a.m. to around 11:30. So if you guys do want to trade live with me and a bunch of other amazing traders, make sure to come join the Discord using this link right here. Boom. Come join the #1 trading community on Discord. Book recommendations. Let's see. Let me go on my Amazon. All my books are in the other room. Never Finished by David Goggins. I know that's a good one. Well, I'm gonna. If you remind me later, if you DM me when I'm in the other room, I'll take a picture of all the books. I just started a new one. I can't remember the name though. Just started it literally yesterday. The one book, Winning, I think is what it's called. It's like winning the race to greatness or something like that. Let's see what Savage's QQQ level. Does he have one? Yes, I am in Team Bull. Yes, I am. Yes, yes. But here is the watch list for the day, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, I am not a certified financial advisor. Everything talked about in this live stream is based on my opinion and my opinion only. Options trading is very risky, where you can lose more than your initial investment if you are not careful. So as always, do your own due diligence, use your own proper risk management, and I am not responsible for any lost funds. Yes, I've read that book. Very good book. Why am I not using the 50% fibs? I take the 50% off if it's nowhere near where price is. And boom, IWM. So that is the watch list as of right now. I will update any levels inside of Team Bull. If I see a different setup, obviously I'll put it inside of Team Bull. And then other than that, make sure you guys are subscribed. Again, I go live every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, give you guys a completely free watch list for the day. Make sure to check out my 450-page book on Amazon using that link right there. And again, if you guys want to trade live with me and a bunch of other amazing traders, get an insane amount of education, and plus much more, make sure to join the Discord using this link right here. But before I go for the day, has anybody got questions? Or are you guys ready to rock? No, I took the 50 off because it already either broke through it or it's just nowhere near it. Boom, boom. Hold on. About to go make an omelet. Of course. Let's get this bag. But yeah, I got a fire video for you guys later today as well. That's going to be dropping around like 6:30. So, it's running up today. Everybody trade safe, trade smart. And if you're in Team Bull, I'll talk to you in like 10-15 minutes. Other than that, I'll talk to you tomorrow.